Hi there everybody, and Happy New Year. On this video I have this E36. This is a BMW 325 it's a 1992, and this is my car, but I left it standing for a very long time, and I'm gonna be changing the wishbones here, or control arm, because since I left it for so long, they've the rubber around these joints here have is cracked and open, and I want to get an MOT on this car, so I need to replace those. So I'm just gonna show how to do one side, and the other side will be pretty much the same. And I'm gonna start by removing the wheels. So obviously we just need the it's a 17 size socket, I think, and your locking wheel key, locking wheel nut key, and we'll remove those wheels. Okay, now that we have that off, we're gonna need to undo some bolts here, some nuts, sorry. So we need to undo this nut here, which I've already undone a little bit. Also this one here, which again I've already loosen, so I apply a lot of WD-40 on this, and this is a bolt that goes all the way up, and you can see the nut sticking up there, which I've also undone. So I'm gonna completely remove this one here. That nut there is a 16 mil. And that just releases the this anti-roll bar link here. Now, to undo that nut up there, you will need a 22 mil socket, and what I used for that is this wrench, which has got this neck that can bend. So I was able to get this up there and into the nut basically, and undo it up to a certain point only, because it then hits the mount up here, the engine mounting, and then you can't take the socket out. So you can undo it up to a certain point, and then you will have to use a you will need to use this spanner here. This is a 22 mil spanner, and that's what I used to finish off undoing that nut up there. Try to get a bit of light there. Right, okay. Now, that's where the nut is, and this is what I'm going to use to finish off removing that. It's a bit long, obviously, because you can only do short turns. But I think the other way to tackle this particular nut is from the top. But I didn't have the right tools to get onto it from the top, so I had to do it this way. If you have a wrench type one of these, then that would be a lot better. Right, okay, that one's out. And we also need to remove the ball joint here. This ball joint here. And that is a 19 mil, so I just used, again, I used one of these spanners to loosen that that nut. Which they can be tight, especially if they've been there a long time. As this one has. That is a bit tight, but hopefully it will come out. Okay, that is fairly tight. So I'm thinking I need to really use this end or a socket to make sure I don't damage this nut. So I may have to release the suspension strut here, undo these bolts, and then I will have a space to come down with a socket. Okay, so I've loosened one of the suspension bolts there, and now I'm trying to loose that one up there. All of these are 18 mil nuts and bolts. Okay, so I've loosened all of those bolts now. This is loose now, and we can release the top. Release the top bolt there and nut. Get the washer. Now with this, this is like a plastic type of hammer. Just push that out, and this should come out. Just be careful with your speed sensor here. This cable, you don't want it to be under tension, so I just released it from this little clamp up here. Okay, now I've got access to that bolt. I'm gonna use the air gun, but at least you have access. If you haven't got an air gun, you could use a ratchet and a socket. But I'm gonna lower the car a little bit because it's a bit too high. Okay, I've got the 19mm socket just sitting in there. Okay, so that finally came off. That was certainly tight, but it's come out now. Okay, I'm gonna try to just quickly refit the bolt here. Okay, so just temporarily I'm refitting this top bolt of the suspension here. I put it the other way around, but it doesn't matter because I'm gonna take it out again. Now we need to release this bolt joint here. So one way to release those joints is to use one of these tools, or You could also use a heavy one of these hammers, mallet, and hit it here pretty hard. So if you hit it with one of these, I would recommend using some earplugs, because it's fairly noisy. It isn't the easiest, but the same procedure we'll have to apply here to release that joint. Okay, that one's been released. Now we may have to concentrate on the center one. Okay, so that one's also come out now. Now we'll need to pull the arm down, and also we need to pull it out of this joint here. This is rubber in here. These kits usually come with the with this part as well. So you should get this part with your kit anyway, because it could get damaged trying to remove all these, because we have to pull it out, and if it has been a long time in there, then it could possibly break or get damaged. So just be aware of that. Okay, what I'm gonna do is I'm going to remove all the arm. That there is really wedged in. But basically what we need to do is pull it out of there. If you want to reuse this part here, but it could be a bit of a job to get it out. You could just use a new one for it. It will save you a lot of time, and these are not really that expensive anymore. So okay, so there's the arm, and this is the bush for the arm. This is a new one. I wasn't able to remove the old one. It's a little bit hard and it will get damaged. It's been there a long time, so alright, I'm gonna try to fit the arm into this bush before I refit everything. I have to apply a lot of grease here to push it down, and also I'm gonna heat this up a little bit just to make it a bit softer. Just a little bit of heat I'm going to apply with the heat gun, and then I'm gonna try to push the arm in. Okay, so I've heated the bush now, and I'm just putting it in between two planks of wood there so I can push the arm. Okay, I'm not having too much luck with that. It's a bit hard to push that in. I may have to, one way we could do this is to get the bush in there and then get it in with the crowbar. That is 17 mil, and you get a pair of new bolts. So that is going in now, slowly, but it is going in, and at the same time I'm trying to get this part to go in there. Okay, so the arms also come with the new nuts. Okay, that's going in there quite nicely. We don't need to tighten it yet, just in case we need to remove something. So we need to finish getting this up there. Okay, I'm gonna fit this nut. This is 21 mil, so it's It's just a slightly different size from the original. You can just about see the tip. There we are. Okay, that's going in there nicely. Just before I tighten anything, I also need to get the anti-roll bar. Okay, the anti-roll bar is being lined up, so I'm gonna finish tightening this one here. When tightening that bolt up there, or that nut up there, this joint here might start turning. So if we try to push the joint all the way up, you might just hold the the bolt that goes through from turning. But it is still turning. So what we may need to do is there is a hole in the middle of that bolt. It's like an Allen key. So we need to get an Allen key in there and then hold at the center and then screw the nut with a spanner. It looks like that's what I might have to do. Okay, in the meantime we're gonna finish tightening this bolt here. As we can see in this bush, the arm is gone through a little bit here. It can still go a bit more, so but at least we got it in there, so it's not a problem. It will adjust itself, it will go in. This is a 19 mil. But that nut is actually 18. Okay, now that's quite nice and tight. Okay. So we got that one secure. We're gonna have to refit. We're gonna refit the bolts up, hold the suspension. They're on the short. 19 mil bolts. Sorry, that's 18 mil bolts. Okay, that's secure, and then we need to secure the top one as well. This one here, but I need to take it out and put it the other way around the way it was. Now for now we need to try and get this. Okay, so I've got an Allen key here. It's a 6 mil, and that needs to fit in. If we look at this arm here, there's that in there, and we're gonna fit it in there like this and hold it there so we can tighten the nut. Okay, so I'm using a very small ratchet to hold the center. That small ratchet is holding the center for me, and then I'm turning. It is a bit long and laborious, but it's the only way to do it, unless you can get to it from above with an air gun or something. Or even if you, I guess if you remove the anti-roll bar here, it might be a bit more spacious. Spring. Bring that down a little bit more. Okay, that is going in slowly, but okay, so basically that's what I'm doing. There's not much point for me to film this part, just tightening that nut. Okay, finally finish tightening that bolt and nut. I put a little bit of grease on it, on top of it. The next step will be to get the anti-roll bar link back in there. For that I'm using the crowbar there to push the anti-roll bar down, and so I can put the nut on it. Okay. It's in there now. That is a 16 mil. So I'm just gonna hold the drawbar link here. So it doesn't twist as we tighten this. Okay, that's nice and tight. The ball joint here is tight. This link is tight, and the top nut up there is tight. So now it's just a matter of I'm gonna change the side of this bolt. It goes in the other way around. And that's pretty much it. We can put the wheel back on, and we're done. I have to do the other side, which is gonna be the same procedure, but there's no need for me to film. Plus it takes me a lot longer when I'm trying to film. But same procedure. And the bush at the back here, it's almost all the way in now. It will accommodate itself as you use the car. It will go in a little bit more. And so that's it. So I hope this video helps, and thanks for watching.